All right, so we got word from our friends Greg and Ron over at NASCO Worldwide that they're doing an application of the Hullmaxx on a boat down in Marathon. The boat show just finished. We had a day free, so we're like, what the heck? Let's drive down to the Keys, make a day out of it, see what this thing's all about, and obviously we're gonna bring you guys along for the ride. Maybe we find a nice place to grab some lunch, but it's just, we don't like sitting still, so here we go. Driving to Marathon, Florida Keys, to check out a Hullmaxx application. Stand by, hang tight. This is gonna be fun. So we made it to Shelter Bay Marina, which is in Marathon, Florida, deep down in the Florida Keys. Took us a little over 2 hours to get here. But again, the boat show just finished. We had nothing to do today. They called us, they let us know that this application was happening on a 2 Conchs 33 front runner. So we're like, what the heck, let's go check it out. Blue Diamond right here is the applicator down here in the Keys, and they're gonna be doing the work. For those of you that don't understand or don't know what Hullmaxx is, it's a clear anti-fouling bottom application, which is really basically replacing traditional bottom paint. One of the first things you wanna do here is lay out your water line, and basically you do that by marking spots with the boat in the water so you get a good idea. And since this stuff is clear, you can really go 2 or 3 inches above the water line. So likely the water line is something around here, but they're gonna go this far, maybe even further down. So you wanna go above and beyond it. You don't know if you're gonna have one day multiple people on the boat, loaded down with ice, bait, whatever it is, taking the trip to the Bahamas with more weight than usual. So you'd rather err on the side of caution and go above that. I wanted to show you this. This is a bit of chafage that you get on the wrap, and I know the temptation is immense to grab some extra strength Desitin and just rub it on there like day 5 of the Miami International Boat Show and your inner thighs, but no need. All you need is to pick off the little extra strands like so, take those pieces off, and then just rub the Hullmaxx over it, roll it over with the same roller, and it'll self-level right there, and it'll give you the protection you need, and it'll even add a little protection to the wrap itself so it doesn't peel much more. Obviously, you're gonna get a lot of friction there with the water, but you're still gonna get the anti-fouling characteristics that you need and should not have a problem with the wrap. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the hammering back there, but it seems like they're constructing a shed right on the other side of this thing, so I apologize for the noise, but I wanted to mention a few characteristics of Hullmaxx in case this is your first experience with it and you don't know much about it. So basically, this stuff, when these guys first came up to us about it, they told us it was removable, they told us it was clear, they told us that you can wipe off growth with your hands, they told us it would not only keep your performance the way that it is, but most likely improve the performance of your boat. So not only the top speed, but your actual fuel economy as well. And it wasn't to the point that we actually tested it on a 37 Invincible ourselves that we really became true believers. Obviously, it's easy to see why it's attractive. Clear in the water. When you have the boat in the water, you can't tell you have anything on it at all. But imagine that 37 Invincible we ran did 70 miles an hour when we took the boat to get the application done. And we ran it back, got 74 on the way back. And I think we picked up 0.1 mile per gallon, so it was like from a 0.7 to a 0.8 or a 0.8 to a 0.9. So a big deal in the boating industry. Incredible product, and I don't know if it's that orange peel finish that just breaks the suction of the water or what. When this thing is dry, it's very tacky, but when it's wet, it's incredibly slippery. So try it out if you have not, jump on a boat that has it and speak to someone that has tried that application. I guarantee you, you're gonna learn a lot here in the near future, and we're gonna do our best to provide as much information as we can here through Center Consoles Only as well. I wanted to take a second to show you this Boston Whaler, and not that I want to put down anyone's boat, but this is kind of an example of what saltwater will do over time if you don't protect the gel coat. This doesn't have bottom paint, obviously doesn't have Hullmaxx, and you get this yellow grime, this buildup that really takes some effort to take off. You got to really sand that thing off, and then bring that gloss back, but this is exactly what the Hullmaxx is for. You get the same finish, the clear look without that black or blue bottom paint line across this thing on the bottom, but you can protect against this. If you had that buildup, which you do get with the Hullmaxx, it's not that you don't ever see it. The stuff builds up on it slightly, but you can remove it just with a sponge and some water. So I always recommend to clean the boat while it's in the water as well. That's a good point. It's a little bit more difficult once that algae buildup does grow on the Hullmaxx and you pull the thing out. You have to pressure clean it and put a lot more effort behind it. If you leave the boat in the water and either get a diver to clean it or clean it yourself, you can really clean the entire boat within 20 or 30 minutes, absolutely no problem. Comes off easy as long as it's submerged in the water and still wet. One thing I want to mention about the application and how this happens, it's obviously the boat is on bunks right now and he's underneath getting the space in between the bunks at the moment. So you can either do it like this or on jack stands, but either way, you're gonna have to let this dry for a day, and then tomorrow they're gonna have to lift the boat up, move it into a different position to be able to hit these little spaces that they were not able to reach underneath those bunks. So usually it's a 2-day process, and probably waiting to the 3rd day so it cures for 24 hours before you put it in the water is a smart idea, but that's how the whole thing happens. 2-3 days, you got the whole thing knocked out, easy peasy, and your boat is completely protected. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the NASCO Marine Hullmaxx application on the two Conchs 33 front runner right here behind me. I just want to show you how simple it is to apply, and this thing is incredibly effective and gets the job done, and it's completely clear. It's the most beautiful part about it. I was skeptical for a very long time. It took us 3 to 4 months with the group learning about it before we even did our first thing here on Center Consoles Only, just to make sure that this thing was legit. Since then, we've done 3 or I think 4 boats, and we have our new coaster right now that we're gonna do. And again, we see us working with this group for a very long time. They're phenomenal all the way through, from the owners to the product itself, and they have a lot more cool products coming that we look forward to sharing with you guys here once they give us the green light. My name again is Alan with Center Consoles Only. Thank you always for the support. Leave a comment, subscribe, pass this along to some friends. We always appreciate it, and we'll see you again soon. Peace.